Good morning, my dear friends. This is Atul Joshi from Holy Child Public School, a student of class 11th. And today I am here with a very interesting topic of physics that you all know, motion and its type. Hello, my dear friends. We all know what this line means. Its ups and downs are reflective of the various situations in our life, or rather life itself. Blood is continuously flowing through our arteries and veins. As the earth is spinning, it results in day and night. Do you know what all these events have in common? They are in a state of movement or in a motion. Have you ever imagined what would happen if the aspect of movement was removed from these events? If things just stopped? So dear friends, the consequences are unimaginable. हम उसे सोच भी नहीं सकते. बल्कि अगर हमारी लाइफ में कभी भी कुछ भी घटता है, कोई बुरी इंसिडेंट होता है, तो हमें कहते हैं हमें मूव ऑन कर लेना चाहिए. So इससे हम समझ सकते हैं that movement is life. Type of motion in all the scenarios are studied by physics. So my dear friend, let me start with the definition of motion. An object is said to be in a motion if it changes its position with respect to its surrounding and with the passage of time. For a body to be in a motion, it has to be compared with something. Hence, if we see anything moving, we say it is in a motion. And if not moving, we usually say it is not in a motion and is stationary. When we say that objects are stationary, are they really stationary? Stationary objects are along with us on this earth. And as we know that earth is not only rotating on its axis but also revolving around the sun. So isn't the earth is in motion 24/7? Yes, it is. And if earth is in motion, then the objects in it, including you and me, and even all those stationary objects are also in motion. But the question is that कि ये objects हमें फिर रेस्ट पे क्यों लगते हैं? मतलब जो ऑब्जेक्ट अभी हमने बात करी आर इन मोशन, वो हमें रेस्ट पे क्यों लगते हैं? As if we all are in earth and if we are in rest or anything is not changing in position with respect to us, it is stationary because we too are in earth with these objects. इसका मतलब ये है कि अगर हम अर्थ में हैं तो हमें स्टेशनरी ऑब्जेक्ट स्टेशनरी लग रहा है, यानी कि नॉट इन मोशन लग रहा है. लेकिन अगर हम एस्ट्रोनॉट्स होते और हम स्पेस से अगर अपने अर्थ के अंदर का वो स्टेशनरी ऑब्जेक्ट देखें तो वो स्टेशनरी ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं होगा. वो ऑब्जेक्ट अर्थ के साथ साथ वो ऑब्जेक्ट भी मोशन में होगा. सो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, आई होप कि आपको अब ये मोशन की डेफिनेशन और उसके बारे में समझ में आ गया होगा. सो लेट मी स्टार्ट विद इट्स टाइप्स. द टाइप्स ऑफ मोशन. So there are many objects that are in motion. बट अगर हम एक गुड ऑब्जर्वर हैं तो हम ये देखेंगे कि not all the motions are same. So my dear friends, let's start with the discussion on different types of motion. So here you can see that people are jogging on a straight road. This type of motion which occurred along a straight line is known as rectilinear motion. Here are some more examples of rectilinear motion. Light from the sun, light bulbs and stars always travel along a straight line and hence is the best example of rectilinear motion. Now if we consider children playing with the ball, we see that when they throw the ball in air, it does not travel along a straight line but rather takes a curved path. This type of motion is known as curvilinear motion, in which a body travels along a curved path. So can you recognize any other activities involved in curvilinear motion? The game of a cricket is a good example. When we bat for a six, we notice that the ball follows a curved path as it crosses the boundary. Now that we know what rectilinear and curvilinear motion is, let's look at the scenario of a race and see what we can learn from the scenario. Here we see that there are kids participating in a race at the end of the race, we see that there is a tie between three kids. The reason for the tie was because all the three kids took the same amount of time to complete. The distance covered is also the same as it's a fair race. Thus, we can conclude that all three kids took the same time to cover an equal distance. This type of motion, where bodies take an equal amount of time to cover equal distance, is known as translatory motion. While looking at the cycles and the car, we see that the tires are moving and their motion is along an axis. Such a motion is called rotatory motion or rotational motion, and also mentioned as circular motion. Some other examples of circular motion are the merry-go-round and spinning tops, in which both the objects spins around a particular axis which is at their center. Now if we look at another bunch of kids who are swinging, we see that they are moving back and forth from a particular point, the center. This repeated motion of a swing going back and forth is known as oscillatory motion. Where else we can see oscillatory motion? In the pendulum of clocks. Now if the rate of oscillation increases rapidly, then this motion now becomes vibratory motion. Examples of vibratory motion are musical instruments such as guitar, violin, drums, etc. Another type of motion is periodic motion. As the name suggests, when a body repeats its motion after a regular or constant intervals of time, it is periodic motion. Examples include the hand of clock, Earth revolving around the sun, and Halley's comet, which is seen only once in 76 years. It can also be known as uniform motion, as movement is done in equal interval of time with constant speed. For example, if a man covers a constant length of 10 meters for every minute, then at the end of 10 minutes, he would have covered a total distance of 100 meters. This is uniform motion. और जब तक ये कंडीशन फुलफिल होती है, तब तक हम ये यूनिफॉर्म मोशन का कंसेप्ट दूसरे टाइप ऑफ मोशन में भी यूज कर सकते हैं. So if this type of motion is carried out in circular path, then it is known as uniform circular motion. और अगर ये कंडीशन फुलफिल ना हो, मतलब अगर रेगुलर या कांस्टेंट स्पीड उसकी ना हो, then this variation decrease uniformity and is known as non-uniform motion. और ये भी हम दूसरे टाइप्स ऑफ मोशन में अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. जैसे ऐसा ही अगर सर्कुलर पाथ में हो तो वो नॉन यूनिफॉर्म सर्कुलर मोशन होगा. सो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, आई होप कि आपको मोशन एंड इट टाइप्स के बारे में बहुत अच्छे से समझ में आ गया होगा. आपका एक बहुत अच्छा रिवीजन हो गया होगा. एट लास्ट, आई वुड like to thank my school for giving me such a golden opportunity. Thank you.